Hello, everybody. Ultimate Steve here, and welcome to another episode of Eve and Back. Now, today is a very, very, very special day, because we are finally launching the crew to Planet Eve. So let's get the mothership set as our target here. Where's the mothership? Oh, it's already there. So we have to launch right away. I was going to introduce everyone, but here we go. Off to Eve we go after maybe not over a year, but like close to around a year in like real life playing it. Granted, I wasn't actively playing for most of that time. We have chosen from names in the comments section. We have Neil Kerman, we have Maria Kerman, we have Azvezda Kerman, we have Little Kerman. For some reason, the portraits aren't showing up. I swear they're alive. GD Lols Kerman, I'm just gonna call him GD. Toki Kerman, Infinite Kerman, and Steve Kerman, which is me, because there was only 7 unique people who have ever commented on Even Back. But for those 7 people, I am very grateful. So, like, these people, as you can see, there are 8 of them, I think. Yeah, they're in here. Just that the portraits are... Oh, there! Now they're showing up. Yeah. See? I may have gotten people's genders wrong. So I will be referring to people by the gender of Kerbal they are, hopefully. So hopefully I don't, like, destroy anyone with anti-gender powers. I don't know. Cut that out. That was stupid. I don't know what I was going to say there. And there's our close approach to our target. If we go target retrograde, we have an opportunity to get that just a little bit closer before we get there. Okay, that's almost further than it was before. Again, I hope I am not forgetting anything. Please shout at me in the comments if I'm forgetting something. So, anywho, we're 20 kilometers away from that thing. That terrible, terrible, wonderful thing, which we need to name. Like, I'm working on it. Like, I think we overshot. No, we overshot. We're already 2 kilometers away from the mothership. This is going great. Granted, we have oodles of fuel. We have an extra, like, 800 meters per second, or something like that. 830 meters per second in this stage to cover that distance. Do I even have a reaction wheel in here? Okay, I have one small one, I remember. I designed this, like less than 15 minutes ago. Like, I should know. And the Gilliland debris is still there. That's how short it's been. 30 meters per second, 20, 12. We can let up on the throttle a little bit. Then we'll use RCS to go the rest of the way. And there's not really any restriction on how much RCS we can use. We have a full 45. But this is the only, assuming everything goes right, this is the only docking this craft is ever going to do. So we can freely use all of it without any repercussions. And we're going to go to the bottom docking port on the mothership. And I think that's going to be a thumbnail right there. Open shield. Yeah, this docking will not be as straightforward as the other one. We've already used like nearly 10 fuel. The other one used like 2.5. Because this is a side landing, it's a bigger craft, it's a more prone to being unbalanced craft. Like, docking something on it with a side port is not really the easiest of things to do. Unless you control from that port, but I'm not going to. I suppose it's possible, like in real life. Like, yeah, of course, the space shuttle did it. It's fairly trivial in real life, but like, because like you can make custom controls for that. But in Kerbal, those customs controls don't really exist. Like, and you don't really have the same degree of training that like a astronaut pilot actually would. Anyway, we are here. So the 3 Kerbals already on the board the mothership are going to stay on board the mothership while everyone is on the surface of Eve. Wait, did I just move Val to the... Okay, never mind. Whatever, it's fine. That's fine. Zvezda, you're going in there. Little, you're going in there. GD Lols, and I made myself a tourist, so I'm not entirely sure if I can EVA at all. And I hope I have the right distribution of like science and engineers and whatnot. But we'll see. Can I EVA myself? Yes, even though I am a tourist, as you can see in the bottom right corner, if I mouse over it, it says I'm a tourist. I can't EVA, and I don't think you can do that in normal Kerbal, like in career mode. This is a sandbox, of course, so we can. Do we have a solar panel action group? We do not. That's just a shame. But yeah, so the next thing to do is time warp until the Eve window, and send everything to Eve. Yeah. And since that's boring, I will catch up with you when I've plotted all the maneuver nodes, and I might just record everything, like all the transfers without me talking and stick music over it or something. Ultimate Steve here. We're here. Not quite yet. We still got about 115 kilometers to go plus or minus a little bit, depending on the height of the mountain and where in our orbit we go. But yeah, all 4 of the ships launched during that window have successfully made it to low Eve orbit, and especially in the mothership, I packed a lot more fuel than need be, so we're going to end up having a substantial amount left when we get back to Kerbin. So maybe we could have some fun with it. I'm not entirely sure what we would do, but yeah, we have not much fuel left in this section, but it's enough to do something with. Like, I don't know, maybe we could now there's an idea. Actually, no, hold on. The good idea to do with it would be to transfer all the liquid fuel out of it into like the little bit that's missing from the main mothership from when we got to orbit in the first place. But the fun idea would be to, like, you know, the re-entry ship. How we thought, I mean, we never tested on a re-entry. We could unclaw the big refueler and then claw it to the descent ship, and then use that to deorbit on Eve with like the rest of the fuel. Maybe we have enough fuel to do both. Let me see. Yeah, we're about 820 units of liquid fuel short, but that was actually, I don't know. I don't know if I could have done that better if I tried. Yeah. I might snag some of this monopropellant and put it in these things, the landers, restock the mothership's supplies. I won't need it anywhere else, I don't think. So I'm not going to bother putting it in the descent vehicle. Now, I'm not entirely sure what order I'm going to land things in. It kind of makes sense to do the crew last, I'd say, but it also kind of makes sense to do the crew first. The secret for what else do I have? Eve Tower is not going down until the crew's down, I don't think. The Ezraps can go down anytime. Honestly, I think it makes sense to do the crew. So, we're going to land the crew first. Alright, it's been so long, like, for this to happen, and now it's finally here. It doesn't quite feel real yet. So let's get rid of that. There's no sense keeping it around. We should do a named quick save because we have not done one of those in a long time. So like, if a quick save went wrong, then we would have to do all of that all over again. So, Neil Kerman, you're going down to Eve. Maria Kerman, you're going down to Eve. Zvezda Kerman, you're going down to Eve. A little Kerman, you're going down to Eve. GD Lols, I'm just going to call you GD. GD, you're going down to Eve. Toki, you're going down to Eve. Infinite, you're going down to Eve. And me, I'm going down to Eve. I am going down to Eve. Alright, and Jeb, Val, and Bill, you guys are going to stay up here. You're going to keep good care of the ship, and you're probably going to... One of you is going to go to Gilly at some point. Yeah. Wish me luck, I'm going to get... Wait a second, why am I even preparing to release? It's going to be a while. Actually, no, hold on. It's only going to be like 1 or 2 orbits before we're above the landing site. Man, it's just... Eve is right there! Okay, we have the fuel. We have the electric charge. Jeb, I will see you whenever we get off of Eve. It's probably gonna be like 2 years from now. Let's do this. Here goes nothing. And I think that's what I'm gonna call this re-entry vehicle. Here goes nothing. I'm sending people down to Eve. It's been so long since I've done this. Okay. So, I think the game plan is we're going to reduce our orbit until we get a reasonable impact trajectory, and then once we touch the atmosphere just a little bit, we're going to like burn like a lot retrograde to make sure we end up in the right spot. Actually, hold on. Since these engines are so small, we might literally just have to do a constant burn from exactly where we are right now. Because we are starting from 20 kilometers above the atmosphere. It's going to take us a while to fall down there. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure this is an optimal descent. I should have started earlier. I should have entered a 90-kilometer orbit before then. I should have put my periaptus above the landing site. But it's too late now. Imagine if I try to do something like this with no reverts. Okay. Yeah, we should have kept burning then. We're going to overshoot dramatically if we continue on our current course. Maybe. Yeah. We might get to the ISRU rover, but then again, we don't exactly have to. Like, I mean, there's the rover, there's the SREP. No, help. You're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to be stable. Radial in. If you could not explode, that would be fantastic. I think I'm going to use a quick load there. Because you can take the heat. The problem is just that we did not select our landing site. We did not manage our descent very well. It's been ages since I've done a normal spaceplane descent. Because honestly, we want to overshoot a little bit because then we could just brake, but if we overshoot too much, we can't even brake. Oh, I'm all the way back here. That is fantastic. All right, guys, let's do this. Here goes nothing. Attempt number 2. And off we go down to Eve one more time. Wait, yeah, this is the right. This is the correct approach vector. That's what you call it, approach vector. Because if we have a plane, if the impact point, I think the ideal impact point is like right on it. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe slightly beyond. Because like we can glide further, we can brake more. Mine was way too far beyond. And honestly, are we even gonna make it to having it directly on impact point? I don't think we have enough fuel. I'm gonna burn all the RCS as well while we're at it, because like we're not gonna use it anytime else. And there we are. The engines have gone dry. That is as close as we are getting. We are at 70 kilometers. I should have done... The only thing I added was ladders, so this thing should still be aerodynamically stable. But I don't know if it's re-entry stable. SAS on, please. No, stop. Okay. What is with this thing? Why is it so unstable all of a sudden? Okay, maybe it's stable in the subsonic regime, but not in the hypersonic regime. I should have tested this. Why is it not stable? Why is it not stable? Why is it not stable? Is it the fact that I burned the RCS fuel? Guys, I don't want you to die. I don't want you to die. Ha! I don't want you to die. Okay. Okay. That was a really, really weird descent profile, and we are going to come up very short. And we're flying upside down. Why is it not entering any reasonable sort of glide? Like, it just, like, it refuses to be stable. It refuses to obey my control authority. Like, what is going on here? I have absolutely zero clue why it's doing any of this. We may have a rover journey on the books. I might load the quick save again, because we're 70 kilometers short. That is too far to reasonably drive. I don't want to drive up that hill again. This is supposed to be more triumphant than this. It turns out I really every time I don't test a design, I pay for it. I pay for it dearly. It's just supposed to be an epic moment, and now it's just me failing to land like a tiny little plane on Eve, and I have to undock again. Okay, so what I'm going to do this time is I am not going to use my RCS fuel in the orbit, and I'm going to leave a little bit of fuel in the main tanks. The logic behind that is that I'll have a heavier nose and more likely to be stable, and I won't re-enter as far. That's not 70 kilometers worth, so yeah, I'm going to leave a little bit of fuel in the tank to go 70 kilometers further in case it can't be stable. Yeah, how about like 10-20 units of fuel? Yeah, leaving 10-20 units of liquid fuel or oxidizer. Sounds good. Sounds very good indeed. Wait, my mic's on, right? Okay, it might be clipping. If this audio has been clipping this entire time, I'm gonna be so mad. And I'm so sorry if it has been. So yeah, I really should have tested that beforehand. I'm gonna lower my mic volume now just in case. Yeah. Oh, and I went too far. I got distracted by the fact that my video might be ruined, so I used all my fuel. This is going absolutely amazingly great. Amazing, amazing. Okay, but it looks like that we are going to be able to maintain effective pointing throughout entry, assuming our landing gear doesn't straight up decide to overheat. Something overheated. What was it? Okay, that was just RCS. That was expected to overheat. And we're entering the same fatal orientation that we did previously. No, stop it. Maintain speed. We're still 70 kilometers short, even with all that way better descent. What if I just do like a trim glide approach? We should not be getting a 45 degree. What's going on with this aircraft? Why does it want to fly upside down? Why does it want to die? Okay, it might be this thing that's acting like a flap. Okay, let's see how far we can glide, and maybe we can work with this. This is an aircraft. It should not be managing maybe a 45 degree glide slope at best. This was designed to glide. It glided perfectly well on Kerbin. Okay, yeah, we're doing this one more time. This is the last time I will allow myself. If this fails and they all die, I'm keeping it, because I don't know if this is worth it at this point. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, we are once more attempting to land on Eve, and this is the last time. I will not quick load after this. I will drive the rover however far I need to, and I will launch new Kerbals if I need to, if these guys manage to die. Okay, well, this is the last deorbiting. I may do like my landing approach multiple quicksave, but this is my last this is my last orbital descent, and I'm going to leave 50 fuel in the tank, 50 full fuel. Okay, well, 47.96 if you want to be that way about it. Okay, close the shield, and since you love so much nothing more than to go like re-enter on your belly like that, I'm going to let you re-enter on your re-enter upside down like that. So you're gonna experience the full run of the re-entry on the windows. I might overshoot. Okay, so if I do this, it's basically just like a weird lifting re-entry, but like in the opposite, but nose down instead of nose up. It's like a reverse space shuttle entry. Instead of a belly flop, it's like a back flop. Back flop, is that a thing? Okay, so that's not exactly the orientation we intended to re-enter, but we are on the right course, finally. We finally figured out all the ins and outs of piloting this vehicle through re-entry. On our last attempt. Well, let me read it. It's always the last attempt that it works on. If it works at all. You've ascended vehicle V3. Okay, where do I want to land this thing? Ideally, I want to land it by the base. But I don't know if there's a good, like, landing runway type thing there. Orbit surface. Okay. This is going to be a fairly tricky landing approach, because I am not sure what the atmospheric pressure is at that altitude on Eve, and I'm less sure if we can fly there like we flew on Kerbin. So this may end up being a far more challenging landing than I had originally anticipated. 5 kilometers. I should probably stop time warping because we might load stuff and it might explode. Well, we're going to load stuff and it might explode. 3 kilometers. Okay. I'm gonna switch my altimeter to this way. 2. Okay, things are getting loaded. Good. Okay, why is my pulling up? Oh, right, because these are also assigned to pitch and not roll. That's going to be a problem, but I can't change it now. And, oh, I'm coming in nose down to a very steep slope. So, say your prayers, guys. Oh, I did it. We exploded, but we survived. And we are 600 meters away from the ground base. That's enough that we'll have to bring the rover. Okay, we made it. We're on Eve. So the Eve part of Eve and back has now been complete. Well, technically we still have 1 meter to go, and I cannot think of no better person to go that last meter than Maria Kerman, because Maria Sorona, I think that's how it's pronounced, has been a very long time supporter of my channel, commenting under almost every single video I make, so thank you so much for being there. It always brightens up my day. Well, when I get a comment from anyone. Oh, don't go off the back. I want to walk off of that thing. Okay. So first steps on Eve. I did not test this ladder, so it might not work. The idea is that we're going to step on that thing and then walk off like one small step for man style. There we are. Okay, we're on the ladder. Please don't explode. Alright, first words on Eve, we've got, I think I forgot, I can't think of anything witty to say. One small step for Kerbal, one giant leap for Kerbal kind. Alright, and, actually you can't really leap very high at all on Eve, so, a giant leap is really the feat. Alright, so next up, that's the ground base, and we've got to take the rover to get the crew to the ground base. They are about 600 meters away, and we're going to drive over to them. And this is the thing that has very, very, very poor battery life. Oh, well, I was going to bring more batteries and stick them on this thing. Oh, I don't know, maybe... I think I have an engineer there. I can take the batteries off of the descent vehicle and attach them, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But we'll see, This 600 meters is the easy downhill journey. Like, I don't have to use any electricity at all except for, like, getting started. Then I've got to get the... I've got to get the 8 people in here, and then I've got to get them up to the Eve base. This is going to be a lot of EVAing, so it's probably going to be massively sped up. But first, I think we should get a good picture with everyone here. And I have to flip through all these ships every time I do this. Well, not every time, but like a reasonable amount of times. Oh, I can just click EVA from here. Okay. And then there's me, Steve Kerman, astronaut. A man barely alive. Gentleman, ow. We can rebuild his face after he face-palmed into the... face-planted into the surface of Eve. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, Infinite. Sorry, Infinite. So there's 5 of us. There's 3 more. There should be 3 more. Neil Kerman. Of course, you got Neil Armstrong himself, walking onto the surface of the planet. Well, face planting into the surface of the planet. Face planeting. Is that a word? Face planeting. That's a word now. I made it into a word. Like, that's the thing that, like, what the dictionary is, people always look in the dictionary to see, oh, is it a word? Which might be fine for, like, competitive word games, like, I don't know, if you're, like, a world-class Scrabble player or something, but most people use it the wrong way. Like, they get it the other way. Are you okay, Zvezda? Are you okay? Bonk. Bonk. Okay. Okay. And then the last thing. Yeah, as I was saying. So, the newspapers, not newspapers, the dictionaries, like, their job is to find out what words people are saying, and then collect good definitions for what people are using them for, and then get that into an easy-to-use format. Their job is not to be, like, the authority on what is and what is not a word, because, like, that would imply that language is a static thing. Nope, language is always evolving. Like, new slang terms are popping up, old words are meaning new things, that sort of stuff. Like my favorite word, my prime example, yeet. That was that like if you consult any dictionaries from before people start saying it, that's not a word, but it is now. And I think this is going to be like the word our generation is like remembered for. Like what is it? Like one generation had far out. I don't know. Like ours is going to be yeet, 100%. Caps lock is on. Eve landing site. Y33T. How about that? I don't know. And I'm going to put the date here for posterity is August 22nd, 2022. 1:59 a.m. Yes, I'm up this late. Please don't judge. And there we are. We're going to have our big video thumbnail. I'm going to wait until people are like not freaking out. There we are. We made it, guys. We're on Eve.